We're so excited to start this new series that looks at the miracles of Jesus, things that he did while he was on earth and that caused people to believe in him. We do two things. We look at what that says about Jesus and also how we should respond to his power. We're so excited to check it out. I want to look at the first miracle of Jesus, which he performed at a wedding. If you're like me at all, I love weddings. I think you're always at this really beautiful location. There's always tons of people there, all your closest friends, families, maybe people you aren't close with, but there's tons of people there. And you also have tons of food and drink, and it's just a celebration. And I think there's a reason that Jesus' first miracle was at a wedding. Let's read about it. And the next day there was a wedding celebration in the village of Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the celebration. The wine supply ran out during the festivities, so Jesus' mother told him, "They have no more wine." "Dear woman, that is not our problem," Jesus replied. "My time has not come." So during this, Jesus' mother realizes they ran out of wine. And Jesus' mother, knowing who Jesus is, goes up to him and tells him, "Hey, they ran out of wine." The crazy thing is that Mary, she knew who Jesus was. She knew his authority and his power and knew that he could do something about it. I'm trying to imagine being Jesus' mom, like all the things that she's probably seen growing up. Like as he learned to walk, did he also learn how to do crazy things all the time? Like she's probably seen a lot and he knew that he could do something about it. And Jesus doesn't speak mom. Like when my mom's like, "Hey, we ran out of ice," that means like, go get ice. But Jesus doesn't speak mom and he's like, "Hey, no, it's not my time, I'm not gonna do anything." So Mary goes, "You are gonna do something about it." She pulls the servants aside and says this, "Do whatever he tells you." Standing nearby were 6 stone jars used for Jewish ceremonial washing. Each could hold 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus told the servants, "Fill the jars with water." When the jars had been filled, he said, "Now dip some out and take it to the master of ceremonies." So the servants followed his instructions. If I was one of the servants here, I'd be like, "Wait, what are we doing? You want us to take these jars and put water in them and then serve it to the most important person at this party?" If I was a family member, I'd be like, "This is a bad idea." Remember, they don't know who Jesus is at the time, and they're just following this instruction. But Jesus proves that he has full authority and power over things like water, over the earth, that he has this transformative power. It continued on to say this. When the master of ceremonies tasted the water that was now wine, not knowing where it had come from, though of course the servants knew, he called the bridegroom over. "A host always serves the best wine first," he said. "Then when everyone has had a lot to drink, he brings out the less expensive wine. But you have kept the best until now." Jesus proves not that he just has the ability to change water into wine, but he's able to make the best wine, that he has the best to offer. It's something as simple as what you're drinking, and what he transforms to, it stands out, it's better than anything else. So if we're asking these two questions, what does this show about Jesus? It shows that he has this transformative power to change things and make them better. He has power over the earth and is able to change water into wine. But two, how do we respond? This is how the disciples responded. This miraculous sign in Cana in Galilee was the first time Jesus revealed his glories, and his disciples believed in him. So the disciples saw what Jesus did, and then they believed in him because of it. In the same way, guys, we have the written word, we have this account for a reason, for us to hear about it, to read about it, and then believe in him. The Bible is the best-selling book for a reason. There's a reason that Jesus performed these things, had them recorded, and then 2,000 years later, we're able to read about them. No historian is able to prove them wrong. And Jesus stands out because he does these incredible things, all these miracles, and they are true. So when we hear about these miracles, let's in the same way believe in him and then use that transformative power in our own lives. There's a reason that Jesus demonstrates this here, that he is able to transform water into wine. And the disciples, they saw that and they were able to transform the disciples' lives. They completely changed who they were and followed him because of it. And Jesus says, I also have that power to do that in your life. The disciples were transformed by Jesus. And the same way you are a disciple of Jesus, How can you be transformed by his word, by the things that he's done through these miracles? What's your next step? Is it believing in him and reading these things and figuring out if you believe it? If it's it proclaiming you follow Jesus? Is it being baptized? Whatever it is, Jesus calls us to live according to his will, according to his purpose, and following what he says. We are so excited for this series and just seeing what Jesus can do.